morning on this cold, damp, foggy morning. Today is Tuesday, November 19th, and we're on our way to meet Denise at the pool to do our water walking. No birthdays. Sorry. We were supposed to go out to dinner tonight with my brother and my sisters, but my sister Mary had a root canal done yesterday, and she's not in the mood to go out to eat. So we're gonna go out on Thursday instead. So, okay, these are policemen blocking the road, chit-chatting with the pilot with each other. So anyway, they're sitting right there in the middle. They're like opposite like that, talking to each other through their windows. Well, my doctor called me this morning with my blood results, and she's not ready to write me a letter yet. She said yet, because my thyroid levels were high, so she thinks I might have a thyroid issue. And she said, me of all people, which I told her that the test was wrong. Sorry, you're hearing I made cupcakes for my, smell it? Chocolate cupcakes with chocolate frosting. For my friend here at the pool, they're having a bake sale at their library for a fundraiser. So I made 2 dozen cupcakes. And I didn't eat not one, and I didn't eat none of the frosting when I was frosting it, and there's a little bit of frosting left in the container, and I threw it away. Proud of myself. And actually I made 25 cupcakes because there was a little bit more batter that I could make an extra cupcake. And I thought I could eat that extra cupcake and no one would know the wiser, because the box said it only made 24. But I thought, you know what? I would know. My body would know. So, no cupcake for me. It was a temptation, I'll tell you. So instead, when I was getting tempted for something sweet last night, I went in and had some of my crustless strawberry pie, which hit the spot. Just hit the spot perfectly. But anyway, so she said my I think it was my calcium level. I think that's what, or whatever it is, that is it the calcium or the protein, one of the two, was a little bit high because of the, and it wasn't that high. I think it was like, I think she said the normal is like 9.9 and mine was like 10.2, something like that. I mean, it was, she said it's not anything to get overly concerned about, but she wanted to test my thyroid. And then she said, well, you're dehydrated. And I go, that is not possible. That is just strictly not possible, because I drink, before I even eat anything in the day, I drink 60 ounces of water. And then during the day, I drink another probably 60 ounces of water. And she says, well, what time did they take out your blood? And I said, well, probably around 2 or 2:30, because my appointment was at 1:30. And she says, and then what did you have to eat or drink in the morning? And I said, I didn't have anything to eat or drink because I knew it had to be a fasting blood draw. And she says, well, you were probably dehydrated because you didn't have enough water. So what I want you to do is come back and have it done after you've eaten and after you've drank your 60 ounces of water, so that we can test that. In my family, there's a history with our livers and our kidneys and stuff like that. So it's worth getting checked out again. So she says, and I'm still looking at the research that you sent me, which means she's not going to do it. But so I'm going to go probably Friday maybe to go get the blood work done again. I think I can work it in on Friday. Maybe Monday, because Christy's going with Christy somewhere on Monday, and it's near where I got to get my blood drawn. So maybe I'll just do it on Monday and save me a trip, because I'm going that way anyhow. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do. But anyway, I don't know that I'm going to walk, because it still looks icy, and because I'm looking at the sidewalks as we're driving here, and I'm still seeing little patches of ice, and you know what? It's not worth it for me to fall. So I think I'm just gonna work a little bit harder in the pool and probably stay an extra 10 or 15 minutes working out. See if that makes a difference. I could walk on the treadmill, which I've told you in the past that's what I was going to do, but then I walked on the treadmill that one time and it reminded me how much I hate the treadmill, how it feels like exercise. So what I think I'm going to do is, when I get home, as much as I don't like her things because I think it's exercise. I think I'm going to put a Leslie Sanson or Sansoon or whatever her name is. I'm going to put her video on my YouTube, on my iPad, and then watch the impeachment hearings at the same time, so I can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, look at this. They must know that I had things to give away today. I'm going to come around this way. Hopefully nobody comes and takes the spot before I grab it. Because that way when she comes out to get the cupcakes, I'll be right here in the front. It was just destined to be, I think. Just destined to be that I could get a front row spot at the pool. So, anywhooser. We are here. We have arrived. You have arrived at your destination. Let me back up a little bit so somebody else can get in. I don't want to be a hog to take up 2 spots. I know. I see them. I see them. I don't have one of those fancy backup light things that people have that they can go beep, 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 beep. Okay, let's go. Let's go work out. Have fun. Well, that was a good workout. I'm gonna go home now and go for my walk. Something happened in the, well, not didn't happen in the pool, but we were talking to one of the lifeguards, and there's 2 ladies that weren't there today. But the swim starts, open swim starts in the morning at 6 in the morning. You can get into the pool at 6 in the morning, and then from 8:30 to 9:30 there's a water aerobics class. But there are lanes open that if you want to just do free swim, that you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And then the rule is you got to be out of the pool by 11 o'clock, and you have to be out of the locker room by 11:15. And there's these 2 ladies that have been warned on multiple occasions because the school comes in. They bus the kids from across the street to the school, to the pool, because it's not attached to the school. And in Michigan, they don't. You're not supposed to have. Like for elections, they have to give the kids the day off of school so that there's not strangers in the school. So that's the rule. You got to be out of the pool because there's school-age children coming in, just for safety issues. And these 2 ladies don't get out of the pool until 11 o'clock, and then they take their shower, and they do their hair, and they put their makeup on, and they're never done by 11:15. And so the kids can't come in because they can't come into the locker room because there's an adult in the locker room. So they've told them many times, and so now I think the lifeguard wants us to revolt against them because she said that if these 2 ladies continue to do this, then they're going to have to change the time that we got to get out of the pool to 10:45, 15 minutes earlier, so that'll give us a half an hour. So I wasn't here. I guess they had told them that last week. So then some of the ladies in the pool were talking, because those 2 ladies weren't there today. And where are you guys going? Those 2 ladies weren't there today, and they said that people were getting on them about taking too much time because, you know, you're going to mess it up. Why? Because of 2 people, everybody else has got it. Because there's probably about, I'd say like 30 of us. So because of 2 people, the rules got to be changed because of them. It's just like, just take their privileges away. If they're not following the rules, then just say your card's not going to work anymore. Here's a refund of your fee that you paid, because it's just not fair. But anyway. But I wanted to tell you what happened to me yesterday. I forgot to tell you because I thought it was funny. Is I have, at this particular pool, I can leave my lock on the locker, which I like because I have my locker and it's like away from everybody else, and I don't have to worry about getting in anybody's way. So this is the locker I like to use. But at the school, you can't. At the high school where we go on Mondays and Wednesdays, you can't leave a lock. You can't leave your lock on the locker. So I have 2 locks with the same key. So yesterday when I got to the pool at the school with Bertie, I put all my stuff in the locker. I put my gym bag in the locker, closed up my locker, put the lock on the locker, and just before I pushed the lock closed, I thought, wait a minute, where's my key? My key was in the locker. It was in my bag, my gym bag. So I thought, oh my gosh, I would have had to drive home in my bathing suit to get another key. And Bertie said, and you know what, I wouldn't have picked you up at the door. And I wouldn't have let you see, because she has heated seats. She said, I wouldn't have turned my heated seats on because you would have made them moldy. And well, you know what, I wouldn't have let you in the car because you would have been wet. So I says, thanks a lot, Bertie. This is not working. How come you worked fine when we were going and now you're going everywhere? guys aren't behaving, I have to turn you off. Talk to you guys later. Well, it was a damp walk, a little bit cold. It's 35, but it doesn't feel like it because it's so damp. And I didn't see not one walker. I did see one squirrel. Made my day. I went, squirrel. It was fun. Okay, I'm going to feed my birds, my outside birds. I don't have any inside birds. Feed my birds, do a load of laundry, get on with my day. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Well, I had a pretty lazy day. I was watching the hearings on TV, did a little bit of housework, and fell asleep in the chair like an old woman. I slept for about a half an hour, 45 minutes. I always wondered when my grandma would fall asleep in the chair, and I'd say, how can she do that? How can you just sit in a chair and fall asleep? I've mastered that. I know how to do that. For breakfast, I had, what did I have for breakfast? Oh, I had my berries and an egg and a banana with a cup of tea. And then for my lunch, I had a slice of Ezekiel bread with some holy guacamole on top of it with a cheese stick. And for my dinner, I took out some of my peppers that I had made couple weeks ago, some stuffed peppers. So I had two stuffed peppers, and for dessert, I had my crustless strawberry pie. And I had a glass of lemonade. So I had a pretty good day. And then I took a half-hour nap. Can't complain about that. So tomorrow I'm going to go to water aerobics with Birdie. And then I'm going to go, I have on the Cookopoly, I have to find a recipe. I have to cook something, a food I've never tried. So I'm going to look into some recipe books tonight to figure that out. So I'm going to do a Cookopoly tomorrow. And then that's about it. Exciting life. The exciting life of Sandy. Oh, so it's just so riveting, isn't it? Okay, give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And I know my sweatshirt's too big. I can hear you. I know it. Look at, see, it's too big. I realize that. But it is so damp today. Even in the house, it's damp. And I know, turn your heat up. But I don't like it too hot. So I just put a sweatshirt on. But I'm comfortable. That's all that really matters. I'm comfortable.